then Ronaldo! Balotelli, Aguero! It's Bergkamp. That's magnificent. Here's Messi. Away from 2, 3, 4. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
The Football Drop Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Football Drop Podcast.
Hello. How are you?
Yeah, cracking, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I'm good. It's good to sort of look at you on the slant on Teams here. This is good. We are loving the technical capabilities of Will Salisbury today. It's been 49 minutes and we have no video this week, unfortunately, because the laptop for Will has decided just not to work and crash and burn and God knows what. So Will's really excited, aren't you, Will? Glad you're here, mate.
The laptop was very nearly out the window. It's one of those things, isn't it, with technology, right? Because it'll be working absolutely fine. I bet you as well, as soon as we finish recording this, I'll turn the laptop on and it'll be like, yeah, bro, let's go, let's do this. What do you want me to do? I'm ready, yeah. And I'll just be like, you fucking prick.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, it's quite annoying. I'm not gonna lie. I've wasted 49 minutes of my life looking at you, going, "Oh, I can't hear you," and just mouthing and then getting really annoyed with your head in your hands. Quite a lot, I must say.
Yeah, because I'd touch something and it would work, and then I'd be like, right, great, okay, we're on, and then it would just like take another 3 hours. It just went from bad to worse. But how are you? How was your weekend? Wagwan.
I'm good, thank you. Weekend was pretty good. I was in Vienna this weekend, so yeah, enjoyed myself. Did lots of walking, lots of sightseeing. The people there are incredibly rude, though, and I know we have had a few listeners from Austria over the last couple of months or so. So if you are Austrian, you're listening right now, and you're actually from Vienna as well, please get in touch and just explain to me why in 95% of your restaurants and cafes and bars and stuff, everyone's really rude. Now, is it because we're English? Is it because we're tourists? I don't know, but everyone is incredibly rude.
But surely they thrive on tourism and stuff.
You'd think
What do you mean by rude? What do you mean by rude? Because you're in the restauranting game, so you know great customer service and what people expect in England. But so what was your experience in Austria?
Okay, so a prime example was actually yesterday morning. We went to Cafe Central, which is a famous cafe over in Vienna. Lovely place. We actually went there twice. First time on Saturday, it was on Friday. It was incredible. Service was amazing. Okay. This guy called Tony, fantastic, could not do enough for you. Proper smile on his face, really helpful. Really helped us that he spoke decent English as well. And that's one thing I will say. Generally, English are very, very intolerant of other languages. If you don't speak English, we're like, don't talk to me. Yeah. So I will give them that. But then we thought, right, last day, we're going to go there, have a nice breakfast, kind of just finish the weekend off on a high. We queued for half an hour because it's that popular. You had to get a seat, and there were 6 of us, so it's quite difficult to get a sort of big table, which is understandable. But as we got in, the maitre d' was like, "Oh, table for how many?" We went 6, and he went, "Oh," rolled his eyes, like a proper head roll, and his eyes rolled, and then was like buggered off for a couple of minutes. Got like two couples of 2 behind us. They sort of sat down on their own tables. That's fine. I get that. They're going to go in front. They've got tables too. And then he came over to us and sort of like pointed and clicked and sort of beckoned us over. We was like, "Oh, okay." And this waitress came along. Like we chose our order or whatever. Then the waitress came along and then she was like, "Yep." Like, "Oh, okay." So we sort of ordered. They then forgot a drink, and then didn't bring all the rolls. They left a roll off as well, if I remember rightly. But the worst part was when we came to pay, Sam paid for an extra drink by mistake. And I think the woman put it through as that. Which mistakes happen, we understand that. So Sam was like, "Oh, sorry, I've paid for the extra one. I didn't want that." And the woman was like, "So?" And Sam was like, "Well, what do you mean, so? That's not mine." Like it was blown up slightly out of proportion, I must admit. But by the by, but then as we were leaving, like we paid, she went, oh, and like tutting away and was shaking her head at us as we got up. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what have we done? It's terrible.
Yeah.
And then another example. So because we would like to soak up the culture when we're abroad, especially Laura and I, but Gav and Emily in particular as well, we decided to go to Hard Rock Cafe, Vienna. You know, proper culture fix. Food, outstanding. Food was brilliant. It's exactly what you expect from a Hard Rock. The girl that was serving us was really polite up until about 10 to 10. Still in there, had our cocktails, had our drinks. She's like, did you want a bill? We're like, no, we're okay, thanks. Just, do you need anything else? I'll get you the bill. And we're just like, no, we're okay. Like, do you need the table or something? Because there was no like time frames on the tables or anything when we booked it. And she was like, oh, yes. And we sort of looked around, like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll have the bill. And Laura was like, but do you need the table for a customer? She's like, no, I leave in 10 minutes. So all she actually wanted was to get the bill so she can get a tip. But throughout that, she forgot Gav's beer for nearly half an hour. And we asked 3 times for it. She forgot one of the one of the sides for like 20 minutes or so. She forgot my beer. She forgot someone else's cocktail. We had to ask about 5 times, all different people. She just didn't have a clue what she was doing. And then had the cheek to be like, oh, well, you finished, I'll get you the bill. Fuck off, mate. Just fuck off. You get a tip if you get good service. Fuck no. The bill came to like €200 or something, 200 something euros maybe, or something like that. No way was we going to tip a penny. It was honestly shocking service. Actually, I lie. We gave there was another waiter that every time it just happened to be him that passed. And we said, oh, can we get our drinks? We're still waiting. He literally walked to the bar, got it, made it, and come back to us straight away. Why this woman couldn't do that, I don't know. He was just he was a waiter. Like, hey, he wasn't like a barman standing behind the bar all night or anything. He was waiting tables and doing like running food and drinks and stuff. Like the basics is you remember what you're doing and remember what you're serving.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was I feel like I've just started this podcast with a proper full-blown rant. Like, Vienna was amazing. The actual sites and stuff and the history and the culture is incredible. But yeah, the people really let it down for me. I wouldn't go back.
That's a shame.
So, but
That's
we generally did have a nice time. Like, all jokes and piss taken aside or whatever and slating everything. We had a really lovely time.
Do you know what I find really funny is, based on those 2 experiences, you have decided that all Austrians are arseholes.
Oh no, so there's more examples. It's just those 2 examples. In the little supermarkets, you sort of like you go into the checkouts and stuff, and they just sort of grunt at you. Everyone in there barges you. Everyone walk down the street just barges you. It's literally as though every other person is invisible.
Yeah.
They'll just shoulder barge the shit out of you. Not a care in the world.
Is that a cultural thing, though, isn't it? It's
Apparently.
Not a personal thing.
Well, I don't know. Apparently, Laura was looking it up, and apparently Austrians are just generally rude.
Okay.
So, yeah, other than that, we had a fantastic weekend. I did about 70 or 80,000 steps. So I'm absolutely buzzing with that.
Oh, wow. Nice.
So, yeah, how are you? How was your weekend?
Well, we know Arnold Schwarzenegger is a very keen FDP listener. So if you are about, you and Alex Manninger are sitting having a pint and you decide that you want to come and have a chat, let's get you on, and you can let us know what Austrians are like.
I was going to say, what was your actual first name that came to head for you? It wasn't Arnie, was it?
No, it was Manninger, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I still haven't checked if he is Austrian. I'm fairly certain he was Austrian, but I haven't actually checked.
Do you know what? I'm not going to check because I don't want to out you for more on this pod so far. I have to call you out for the technical difficulties, but yeah. Never mind. But no, how are you, mate? How was your weekend?
Yeah, good, thank you. Yeah, I'm all right. Weekend was nice. We did a bit of gardening, had an engagement meal yesterday for a roast, and it wasn't. The roast wasn't great. The food wasn't great, but the Guinness was good and the company was good. So that's the main thing.
Where did you go?
Leicester's in Margate.
Yeah, it's never going to be good.
It was, well, it changed ownership, and my mum said it's great, so she booked it. And yeah, it wasn't what I was expecting. I would have rather gone to a Toby Carvery, for the food.
Yeah, mate, Leicester's is disgusting.
Why is that? What's going on? You sound like you're in the know.
Well, Laura's stepdad's drunk there for years, or was going there for years, and it was always just a dive.
Right.
Just constantly. It always felt grubby and dirty, and the food is just literally just frozen. It's all just frozen stuff that's just like microwave meal, basically.
Oh, well, good.
So yeah, I'm glad you went there. Yeah, that was good. But we do need to address the fact that for the first time in what we both think is 5 years, we didn't talk at all yesterday.
Well, I think I sent you a message. I was left on 2 blue ticks and didn't get a response. So, yeah, for the first time in our 5-year relationship, you ghosted me.
Yeah, I think I did. I do think I did. So, yeah, apologies for that.
Well, was there any reason? Is there a reason why I don't deserve to be looked after?
How long have we got? Awkward. No, I think I sort of saw it and went to reply, and I was probably in the middle of something, and I thought I'll reply in a bit, and just didn't. I didn't really use my phone that much on holiday, to be fair.
Wow. Fair. No, fair.
But no, apologies,
okay.
mate.
No, fun.
No, I'm sorry.
No.
I'm genuinely sorry.
No. Yeah, doesn't really sound it, but okay. I do have an interesting story, though.
Oh, go on.
Did you know that newts hibernate?
Is this the start of the interesting story, or is this the whole interesting story?
Well, we'll let you decide.
No, I didn't know, but what the fuck?
Yeah, well, I found a family of newts under a rock, and I didn't really know what to do with them, so I thought, oh, they're all dead. I was like, right, I'm going to bury them.
Oh, no.
I'll bury them.
Oh, no.
But I didn't. I just put the rock back over them, went about my merry way, and it was only when I was talking to somebody Saturday, I think it was my stepdad, and he said, oh, yeah, they hibernate. And I was like, oh, what? And I thought to myself, do you know what? I'm so grateful that I actually didn't bury them.
Christ.
But yeah, it's probably too late, but I didn't really notice. But I've kind of covered up their home, so I don't really know what happens then.
Where was their home?
Well, in the pond.
But you covered that up a while ago, didn't you?
Yeah, but I covered it up even more, and then I picked up a rock, and there was a family of newts I assumed were dead. They look very peaceful.
No, poor things.
I know. I feel bad. I don't really know what to do, so I need to research what to do.
I think you should,
because they are protected.
Yeah, you should create like a little pond in the corner for them.
Yeah, I don't know if next door's got a pond, so I might try and relocate them. But then if there's other newts in there, it could be like
It's like Grand Theft Auto. Gang territory.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want them to be like, oh no, you've just brought us into the Crip neighbourhood, and then everything gets all fucked up, and there's like a newt war going on, and...
Let's be perfectly honest here. The sort of neighbourhood that you're in, there's no riffraff, is there? There's no dodgy people. You're in Belting. No. And it's, oh, hello, good sir, hello. Oh, of course you can come and share our home. Ho, ho, ho.
You don't live with Father Christmas.
No, he says ho, ho, ho.
Ah. Yeah.
But no, I didn't know that.
That's an interesting story for you.
It wasn't that interesting, I'm not going to lie. Joe, what is interesting?
Leverkusen is still unbeaten.
No, sod that. We've got breaking news today, mate.
We'll
move on to Leverkusen. Forest have finally been charged.
Finally been charged and deducted 4 points.
Yes, not 6 like Everton, 4.
Weird. What was the reason behind the points? I think it's only just broken, so I don't think we got the full details.
So my mate Carve Solikol has been on the phone talking to me about it.
Okay.
And basically, so it was 3 points automatically for breaking the rules. It was then 3 points because of the extent of them breaking the rules.
Right.
But they got a deduction of 2 points, sorry, a reduction of 2 points because they were really, really helpful in the investigation.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they've just come up, I've literally just had something come up. They are disappointed and dismayed at the points deduction because it takes them below Luton Town Football Club.
It does. It does. And do you know what? I really, really hope they go down and Luton stay up.
Oh, what?
I don't know. I've just really developed a bit of a soft spot for Luton this season. They don't stop fighting till the end.
So it's not because of your passionate hatred towards Forest then?
No, it's not like passionate hatred towards Forest at all, mate. I have no feelings on Forest, really. But they should have signed 104 players in 2 windows. It probably doesn't help.
No, very true. Very true. No, I think, with Everton and, Everton has still got theirs to come. So if that's another 6 points, 4 points, then they'll go even further. They'll go below Forest. So it's hard I don't really like the fact that, Luton are staying up because of Forest and Everton's poor financial management.
No, I do agree. But I think come the end of the season, look at the points and see kind of how it goes from there. Because they've still got, 10 games left? 28, 29 games?
Yeah.
So they could still get a couple of wins out of that and then potentially pull themselves out of that bottom 3 without the points deductions included. If they do that, then they're well justified to stay up. But you can only play and react to what you've got in front of you. If teams are breaking the rules and getting punished for it, capitalise on it then.
100%, but I just think for Southampton and Leicester's benefit last season, it just feels a bit harsh.
Yeah, I mean we've said this for the last couple of weeks, haven't we? I think let's not go down that rabbit hole again of talking about it and potential punishments and shit. But yeah, it is shit for those 2 clubs, and c'est la vie, Brucey. That is life.
Well, that is true, but in terms of the Premier League now, it does make it a lot more interesting at the bottom there, because it lifts, Burnley, it lifts them to think we could fucking do this. Luton are now out of that bottom 3. They could be thinking Premier League football next season in our new stadium. That is on. That is within our hands.
Maybe Sheffield United. No, they won't. No, they're done.
No.
They're done.
You've got more chance of these newts having a gunfight than Sheffield United staying up.
Especially in Beltinge. Christ. Absolute hood rats. Right. Absolute hood rats. Known for it.
So, 4-point deduction for Nottingham Forest.
They can appeal it, though. Let's note that down. They can appeal it. So it could potentially be reduced. I doubt it.
Yeah.
I doubt they'll even appeal, to be honest. I think that's the best situation they could be in.
They'll appeal. Well, there's no harm in appealing, is there? They're not going to get anything detrimental happen to them.
Yeah, they could. Of course they can. They could re-look into it and say, actually, no, fuck you. 12 points. Laters.
Yeah. No, famously, that's what happens in appeals. They go, nah, fuck you. 180 grand.
You've never been in appeal with me then, have you?
No, yeah. Maybe that's why you don't do them anymore.
That's why I just do admin functions. Makes more sense.
My guy.
Bayer Leverkusen then. You wanted to talk about them?
Yeah, they're still unbeaten, mate. They had a close game with Freiburg. They won 3-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just storming it. They could do an Arsenal.
Oh, do you think they will?
I think they can. Yeah, I think they haven't lost in Europe. They haven't lost there either. They're through now. Who are they playing? Who are they playing? I've forgotten who they got. It doesn't matter. But they could get. They look the best with Liverpool. Could be a Leverkusen Liverpool final, the Alonso final, his new club and his old club.
Do you think he'll go there?
I think it's on the cards.
Yeah, I think it's on the cards, but I think he's going to go to Bayern.
Oh, dear.
They always get
De
that way,
Zerbi's
don't they?
fine.
No, I think De Zerbi to Liverpool.
True. I don't know if he deserves it anymore.
They've not been good this season. It must be said. It has not been anywhere near as competitive and good as they were previously.
They've not been doing it in a cold night in North London, have they?
They haven't. Although we've got to play them soon, I think, don't we?
Yeah, I think so. I was just trying to move on to the next story.
Cool. Okay.
It was a little segue,
Moving swiftly on. A little segue, yeah.
But thanks for.
That segue crashed into a massive great oak tree. Bosh. Right, moving on. What we got next?
Kylian Mbappe. He was going to go to Arsenal, but he didn't want to because it's too cold.
I see the transition now, mate. I should have just looked at my notes.
Yeah. That would have been good. I mean, I spent ages typing them up and sending them over to you.
Yeah, I noticed lots of spelling mistakes, so very, very quickly. You clearly wrote those. Yeah.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Just looking through, I missed one of these notes. We've got to jump to it and then we'll go back. But Jesse Lingard is well shit. Please elaborate on that one.
Well, he made his Seoul debut, didn't he? FC Seoul in South Korea. He came on after 58 minutes, and the manager criticised him. Said that he didn't play very well. He pulled out of tackles. He wasn't the player that he wasn't. It wasn't the performance from the player that they bought. If he was, I think his words, not verbatim, but along the lines of, if we just wanted a superstar, we would have bought somebody who's out of retirement. We want somebody who can actually play football, and that's not what we get. So,
wow.
Very harsh words there. Very true. You know, you can argue they are wise words. But yeah, he must be feeling like absolute shit at the moment.
Well, he just needs to up his game and actually try. Because he's clearly gone. I know he's taken a massive pay cut and stuff to go there, isn't he? From all the reports that have come out. But,
well, he didn't have any pain, did he? So he kind of had a pay cut
from his
because
previous
he's never fucking club.
Okay, from his previous... Fuck off, mate. From his previous wages, or his most recent full-time wage, it was like 100 and something grand, I think. He's on, I think, 18 or 8?
I don't know.
Something, yeah, very, very low comparison. But yeah, good. Hope he fails a bit more.
Yeah.
Hope he fails a little bit more. Mate, can you imagine if it was hot in London? That'd be wicked, wouldn't it?
What, for Mbappe to come here? He was never going to come here.
Of course not.
What a thing to say. He's never going to join. But yeah, you know, he wasn't going to come to Arsenal because it's too cold. Now, just moving on to warmer climates.
Yeah.
Al Hilal have broken a record where they have won the most amount of wins in a row. So they've got 28 wins in a row. No one's ever done that before.
Wow. What a competitive league. Fair play to them.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we all know how good it is. My God.
Yeah, Neymar's smashing it there. They love him.
Wowza. That's he's genuinely, no matter what, that's an incredible achievement, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So just a couple of other sort of little things. I don't know if you saw Trabzonspor against Fenerbahce. Trabzonspor were 1 or 2 up. Fenerbahce got it back into 3-2. The fans of Trabzonspor rushed onto the pitch to attack the Fenerbahce players. Now, I don't know if you remember in the Turkish league just before Christmas, I think it was, where the owner of the club came on and punched the referee.
Yes,
so
I do remember that.
Another disgraceful night in Turkey. And I think as well, just after that game, there was another decision. I think there was a poor refereeing decision, and all of the players from the team walked off. So it's just been, Turkish football this season has just gone from bad to worse, really.
Do the Turkish Football Association, Federation, whatever they're called, do they punish this more harshly? Because, essentially the fans and the club's out of control.
I think they really need to look at themselves in the mirror and think, right, what is going on here? What can we do differently? What can we do better? Because whatever's going on, it's not working in Turkish football at the moment.
No. Need to pull your finger out and sort stuff out, really, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. My thoughts exactly. Yeah, it is bad. And then, just a few other things. Sorry, just accidentally trod on the dog. Right, a few other things to go through.
Actually drop that in.
Yeah. Well, she yelped, and I didn't know if you could hear it, and I was like, oh, I think I've just trodden on the dog's tail, which I had.
Oh, poor smudgy. No, we didn't hear it, though, so thanks for drawing attention to it.
Good, yeah, cool. Okay. So the EFL funding, I don't know if you saw any of this, but the Premier League refused to agree to the terms of the Football League's proposal for the funding because after Bury were made, they went under. Liquidated, yeah. They were talking about getting more support for Football League clubs, and there was a funding gap. They wanted to bridge that funding gap, but unfortunately, they thought that they'd get, I think it's the 13 out of 20, isn't it, votes that they need from the Premier League to then go through with making these changes. They didn't actually get that from the club. So the funding is now, they're not sure what's going to happen with it, which is just mental, isn't it?
It is. However, so I'd looked into this a little bit. So basically what they were doing was the EFL wanted, I think it was like another, was it 300 million? 400 million or something like that? Which, yes, the Premier League have got that, and all the clubs between them have got that. But the clubs are not making that much money at the moment because they're still recovering from COVID and things like that as well. Yes, they're getting more money for TV revenue streams, blah, 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 blah. But I do kind of agree in the sense of, we're talking about Everton. We're talking about Leicester potentially getting... Was it Leicester? Getting potential points relegation if they get promoted this season because of the changes. Nottingham Forest, Chelsea potentially. All these clubs are actually making a loss at times. And then they're getting fined and they're getting point deductions and stuff. They genuinely can't afford to give more funding to other clubs. They need to look after their own club first. Arsenal are making a loss. These big clubs, Man United are making losses as well. So, and because of all these changes of what financial fair play and PSR and whatever the next fucking abbreviation is going to be, all of these clubs aren't necessarily being run in the right way at the moment. So they can't afford to just give more money out. And just be like, have another 100 million or 200 million, 300 million, 400 million between all of us. Yes, they have to do more. But what the clubs have said is we can't agree on this at the moment until we know what we've actually got and what the financial implications are going to be with these new changes. So they haven't said, no, piss off, we're never going to fund you again. They're keeping the same funding that they're always doing, and they have done for a number of years. But they're saying we can't increase it at the moment because we don't know what we're going to have available. That was kind of the difference. So the tabloids and newspapers and media and stuff all just kind of make it out as though the Premier League are like, fuck you to the whole EFL. It's not actually like that.
It's not like that, no. But I think the argument is when you've got Arsenal, City, United spending 70, 80, 90 million pounds on players, Mudryk, how much did he cost Chelsea? And they're saying that they can't then give some money for grassroots football. That is for me, that is the fundamental problem there, is you've got so much there and they're just not giving it. They've got so much money. I understand what you're saying. Like, they need to know what they're putting the money into. They have to know that. But They're not paying their fare. They're not paying their way. They are the big boys. They're responsible for grassroots football. Now, if you look at grassroots football, if you look at what we've got now, Bellingham, Saka, Rice, all I can't think anymore. All of those sort of decent English footballers who are coming through. That is all because of grassroots football. That's because Premier League players are passing. Sorry, Premier League clubs are passing money down to the people who need it. That's why people like my son are in an FA team, and actually the club has been scouted by Gillingham at the moment. Like there's lots of going into that, like the reducing of the pitch, the reducing of the teams. It's all really, really good, and that all comes from those clubs at the top to pass that money on, so that we can have the next generation of players. Without it, we don't. We wouldn't have a Jamie Vardy if they weren't given this money there.
Yeah, honestly, mate, I 100,000,000% agree with you. I really do. And grassroots football, being part of a club that is grassroots football, it's incredible. And there really is some talent all across it, and they could be the next superstars that just do the Jamie Vardy journey and just work through it. I get that completely, and I agree. But I do see it if it is as true as what they're saying about the Premier League clubs and stuff, is okay at the end of the season when they know what the financial implications are, then get round the table in the summer and then agree on something for the EFL clubs and the grassroots clubs and stuff like that. If that's the case, then absolutely. But if it's not, then the Premier League clubs are just being greedy. But we can only find out once the new rules and legislation actually come into effect properly and everyone understands what they've actually got.
Yeah.
But I agree, like the effects of grassroots football is incredible. Like, it genuinely is. Everything's got to be fair for everyone. Everyone's got to have that advantage, but it shouldn't be coming down to one or two clubs. Everything's got to filter down. Though, yes, the Premier League make loads of money, but Championship is getting more and more publicity and more games are being shown on telly. So those clubs need to filter down as well. Everything needs to be filtered down. Equity, not equality.
Yes, my guy.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah, I think we can rest our case on that one. Now I don't really like to talk sort of gossip and things like that. But did you see Jamie Carragher the other day?
Yes, I did. I know exactly
with
what you're
Kate
going to
Abdo.
say. Yeah, go on.
So he was stood in an Arsenal shirt, which was like, it was so weird. He was stood in an Arsenal shirt, and Kate Abdo. He was saying to Kate Abdo about her wearing a shirt, and she said, "No, I'm loyal." And he said, "What about Malik, who's her partner? I think she's only been with him sort of 6 months." Or something
Yeah, to
like
who?
that,
Not
officially.
Yeah, to who? Not Malik Scott. Yeah.
Yeah. And she put him in his place a little bit. Like, what do you mean by that? And then he sort of shit himself, thinking, "I've overstepped the mark here," and was sort of then a bit like, "Oh yeah, no, we haven't mentioned him this week. That's the only reason why I said it." It was awkward as fuck. Thierry Henry and Micah Richards were just like, "You're on your own, pal."
Yeah, 100%. They all looked at him as if to say, "What the fuck? This is really, really awkward here." But following on from that, did you see her introduction or hear her introduction next time they were on air the next day?
I don't know. Did I?
It was legendary. You got to go back.
Was it when she was talking about the big brother?
Yeah, that's it.
She was talking about his brothers.
That's the one. Yeah, one brother that just unfortunately just can't keep his mouth shut or something like that. I was just like, well done. Like, you could tell it was just an off the cuff comment. He did take it too far. And she said he always apologised, like not to him directly, but the brother always apologised if he'd done wrong. Obviously, she addressed it in the most fantastic way possible, because it did blow up, didn't it, on socials? Everyone was like, Jamie Carragher's a prick, he should be sacked, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And do you know what? To a certain extent, I do agree. Like, you can't be doing that. Whether you cross the line or not, you can't be doing that, especially live on air in that position. But equally, she handled that so well. Like, that was like impeccably well. It's like fair fucking play.
Yeah, stick him in his place, mate.
And the best thing was Micah going, "Oh!" in the background. I mean, that probably made it more than anything else.
Yeah, what an absolute legend. Okay, now, so talking of being put into a place, so we got a little bit of feedback about our stats. Well, I say my stats. I've got another one for you.
What? Hang on, what was the feedback?
I'm just about to tell you.
Oh, okay.
So, Zinedine Zidane has been caught offside.
Oh, okay. Right.
So that wasn't quite a correct stat. There's plenty of evidence out there him being flagged offside numerous times. So,
so my blind faith in you was put wrong yet again. Who called you out? Because they deserve credit on this podcast.
I won't say.
Come
I won't
on,
say.
You've got to.
No. I won't say. But yeah, we've had quite a bit of feedback on that, and also, people were really loving me for saying that I really want to punch you in the face. I had so many comments of, I'd love to punch Ben in the face as well, or that really made me laugh. Yeah, I can imagine you punching Ben. Yeah. I love it.
Mate, do you know what? I can't believe Laura actually texted you that, to be fair, but well done.
Yeah. It was your mum as well, actually, weirdly enough.
No, that doesn't surprise me at all either. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Should we do a tit for tat punch?
Yeah, go on.
Do a tit for tat punch in the summer. One punch each in the face.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
With gloves, not bare knuckles. That'll kill me.
Yeah, I want a face helmet as well.
You are a helmet. It's fine.
Okay. Never misses one. Never misses one. I'm through the ball, mate. You just knocked it out of the park. Well done.
Go on. What's your incredible stat or fact that's probably not a stat or fact?
Okay. Yeah. If this isn't true, don't come at me. Don't come at me. So, since 2019, so that's the year 2019.
Yeah.
Since then, Watford have had more managers, than Dalai Lamas since 1589. 1589. There has been more Watford managers in 5 years than there has in however many years that is. You did the math then.
Okay, so how many Watford managers have there been?
More than there has been Dalai Lamas, mate.
Since 2019. Do you know what? I'm fact checking this now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
on air.
10,
Is he chatting
11,
shit?
12, 13. Okay. 14 because he finished in September. So it's equal. It is, oh my God, it's equal. Right, so that is including caretaker managers.
Yeah.
But yeah, since Javi Grazia left in September 2019, he was the first one. There's been another 13 after him, and there has been 14 Dalai Lamas current as well. He's the 14th. That is insane.
What, since 1589?
Since 1589.
Saying, isn't it?
Wow. Watford, you're smashing it, guys. Chris Stark, I know you're listening. Mate, this is terrible.
That's insane, isn't it? That is a good stat. That is a good stat.
That is a good stat. That is a fantastic stat for us, mate. Have you got any more for this week?
Sorry?
Have you got any more for this
week?
No,
I haven't.
Just the one?
No, I said one. Yeah, I'll do one for next week.
Should we move on to the Premier League results then? Also, before we do go into this, I need to hold my hands up. I fucked up on the predictions because I missed a game.
Yeah, you did. I was well pissed off with that.
It didn't even come up on my list on Google at all. It said postponed. I was like, oh, result, okay.
This is why. Always look on the BBC.
Yeah, but Google's Google. Google's never wrong, except when it's wrong.
Yeah, fair point. That is true. I also, just to call you out, you put one hand up and said, "I'll put both hands up." So that made me laugh.
I said, yeah, okay, whatever. I don't think I said I'll put both hands up. I said I'll put my hand up. But there you go, look, reach. It's really sad that we don't have video this week, isn't it?
Do you know what's really funny? Is you said, you put your hands up and went, reach. So you was going to go to reach for the sky or the stars, wouldn't you?
Yeah, S-Club, mate.
I'd have gone, put your hands up, put your hands up.
No, reach for the stars, mate. S-Club. Yeah, but you're a lot older than me. Do you remember? You probably don't even remember S-Club, do you? That long ago for you.
Yeah. No, I do remember them, yeah.
Okay. Burnley Brentford. Big win for Burnley.
Big win. Yeah, what do you reckon?
I think
Brentford.
Brentford.
You haven't seen it, have you?
No, I haven't seen any because I've been away. But Brentford, they're in trouble. They're getting dragged into this.
You haven't seen the game, though, have you?
No, I haven't. But they're not getting results,
Right.
so I can still, pretty confidently say they're in trouble and they're getting dragged into this.
They are, yeah. No, sorry. There's a couple of talking points. That's all.
Oh, right, okay. So that wasn't clear. Sorry, mate.
Well, no, I mean, you didn't let me finish what I was saying.
Woo!
So Reguilon got sent off in the 8th minute. Bit of a stupid challenge, really. He came behind, I think it might have been Fofana, and took him out as he was about to probably score. So it was a goal-scoring position, tackle from behind. So they got a penalty and a red card. There's something about it that feels quite harsh to get both, but especially that early on in the game. But the rules are the rules. It just kind of then led on really for Burnley to start to play really, really well. Although still some questionable things happening in possession of the ball. But still, I mean, Brentford got one back. But there was a moment in the game where, I can't remember who it was, but a Burnley defender and a Brentford attacker wrestling in the box and kind of, I think it might have been Fofana, sort of pushed him onto the floor. And there was nothing given. And VAR looked at it. I think Thomas Frank in his post-match interview was very honest and saying, red card, definite red card, stupid from Reguilon. However, we deserved the penalty because our player was wrestled to the ground. I think it was seen as a 50-50 because the player was wrestled to the ground and he took, I can't remember who it was, I think it was fun, took him with him and brought him to the ground. But because he took him with him, it then made it look like it was sort of a 50-50, but it wasn't.
Okay. VAR messing up again?
I want to say, did the referee go over to the screen? I can't remember, but yeah, essentially, it just wasn't. It wasn't great. Oh, sorry, am I boring you?
No, not at all, mate.
That was the biggest yawn I have ever seen in my entire life.
Man, I didn't get back till like 1 o'clock this morning and go to sleep till 2.
I saw, yeah.
Yeah, you're not bored at all,
that,
mate. Not at all. I love your company.
Interesting, except for yesterday when you didn't bother texting me. It was an interesting game.
Oh, that was good, wasn't it, mate? True.
Salty.
It's very true.
So Luton played Nottingham Forest. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't see that one.
Okay.
We both got the score
scored.
correct, though, which was good.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. I was well excited because I was like, yes, I've got this one. And then I saw you put the same score and I was like, oh, fuck.
Mate, I had the exact same thought process. I was like, get in! He was like, bastard.
Yeah, Luton left it late, but they did play quite well, to be fair. Yeah, not much else really to say about that one.
No. The next game was very entertaining, and I did catch this game, and I thoroughly enjoyed this game.
Yeah. I think we've missed a couple of games that we can go back to those from midweek.
Oh, okay. So
They're probably better actually to go back to. So yeah, go on. Sorry.
Fulham 3, Tottenham 0. Tottenham were outclassed start to finish.
Yeah, how does that happen? They played so well in their last game, and then nothing.
No,
They were so poor.
honestly, I can't explain it. I don't know whether Fulham were just up for it. Spurs maybe thought they were going to roll them over. I don't know. But it was fantastic to watch.
Mm.
And Fulham had a goal disallowed. Rightly so, but
Yeah,
it could have been 4. It could have been 4.
Yeah, it could have been. Tottenham were just awful. I don't really know what else to say about it, Ben, really, other than Tottenham were awful. Fulham were great. I thought Fulham knocked the ball around really, really well. Muniz got a knock, didn't he, for the second one? His second one.
Tottenham they were just like a sort of yard off the pace with every single ball.
Everything. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. What happened?
I don't know whether they're tired or what. I don't really know. Yeah, I don't really understand what happened. But yeah, I think Fulham just wanted it more, and they really deserved it. Spurs did have a couple of chances, and a few that someone should have been there. Leno made a good couple of saves, which was good. It's always nice to see. Maybe he was up for it as an ex-Gooner, who knows. But yeah, the game turned out the way it should have turned out. But as soon as it went 2, Spurs just dropped their head completely, and there was just nothing going for them.
No, just not good enough. Just not good enough, Ben.
No, I mean, one of Fulham's goals did take a deflection, quite a heavy deflection, if I remember rightly, as well. So yeah. You can't win them all. You can't win them all.
No.
What games did we miss out during the week? Oh,
Well,
there was a cracker, wasn't there?
Yeah, should we just finish the weekend? So West Ham drew 1-1 with Villa. They had Mikel Antonio. We was quite critical of him, but he scored a couple of goals. No, he didn't. He scored 1 goal.
Nice, well done.
And Souček, he had a goal disallowed, didn't he?
He did. Handball.
Yeah, what do you reckon?
It looked harsh to me. It really looked harsh because he was on the floor, or he's on his way down.
Yeah.
At that point, there's only so much you can do, and surely when you're falling, you put your arm down to stop yourself from hurting yourself. Try and brace for the fall, didn't he?
Yeah, it did hit his hand though.
It did hit his hand.
It did hit his hand.
And letter of the law is handball.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it wasn't.
No.
You're saying it wasn't.
Yeah, I don't think it was because it. Yeah, I mean, you can't. I feel like I'm arguing for nothing here, but he couldn't do anything about the placement and movement of where his arm and hand was. The ball then hit it, but he was so close, you can't react that quick. So for me, it's not handball.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That seemed harsh, doesn't it?
Yeah. How can you get your arm away that quickly? You just can't.
Yeah. No, but it did go in off his hand, and I think that's it. If the ball goes in off your hand, it's an automatic no goal.
It is. But what was concerning was it took 6 minutes.
Yeah, and the referee had to go and look at it, and is that clear and obvious?
Exactly. Of course, it's not. If it's not dealt with within a minute and a half, surely that should be a play on. Whatever decision the ref gave at the time stands.
Of course, unless that is against Arsenal, then we want them to spend as longer time as they can.
20 minutes, half an hour, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll take it as long as it's overruling a goal for the other team or confirming a goal for us. We don't care.
No, exactly.
But yeah, we had a good, juicy midweek games, didn't we? Or one game. Bournemouth.
Yes.
Against Luton. Luton smashed it in the first half, didn't they? They played really, really well. They got a good 3 goals.
Mate, on fire.
Ross Barkley was tearing it up in that first half.
Did Barkley get into the England squad? I don't think he did he?
No, we didn't talk about that. We'll come back to that. Should we come back to that after this?
Yeah, so I was just thinking out loud because I was just going to say, you've been sort of singing his praises all season. He has been really, really, especially since January, he's been even more effective and more influential in the games. And he's just turned in big performance after big performance.
Yeah.
And again, doing
he is, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, he's absolutely smashing it, Ben. He's absolutely smashing it, Ben.
Who were also smashing it, especially in the second half of games? Or that game?
Bournemouth smashed it in the second half of that game. They scored 4 goals.
Mate, where did that performance come from?
It was unreal. Mate, that Solanke goal, that turn and finish
Filthy.
was fucking incredible.
Yeah.
That deserved an England call. Sorry, that deserved an England call up almost immediately.
Just for that, yeah. Just for that one thing. It was really
and Semenyo scored a couple of goals as well.
He's a good player, that Semenyo, isn't he?
He's a bit of a baller, isn't he?
He is a bit of a baller. He'll be off somewhere in the summer, surely.
You do think that about Solanke as well. Well, I say you do. I do. I don't know what you think.
I think he's good in that team. I think you take him out of that team, he's not going to be as effective.
Do you know where I can see him?
Arsenal.
No, I can see him taking over from Ollie Watkins at Villa when Watkins goes in the summer.
Oh, okay. So where does Watkins go?
I could see him at Chelsea.
Okay.
I could see him potentially fitting into a Tottenham team.
Yeah, I can, and that's what annoys me. I don't want him there because he'd do a good job there. I could actually see him at Man United.
They got Højlund now, haven't they? So I don't think they need him.
No, but it's a second attacker.
Yeah.
Rashford goes in the summer. Watkins can play off the side coming in as that inside forward, or just playing 2 up top. One drops while the other's up top, and then switch it round.
I tell you what, though, Man United played well yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah, annoyingly.
No, they didn't. They were awful. But
mate, I thought they played all right. They played all right, considering.
They were all right. They weren't. They played a Liverpool team who were spurning their chances, and they didn't spurn their chances, who were letting in too many goals.
Yeah, and I think that's what Liverpool's Achilles heel is at the moment, is they're letting teams actually come at them a bit more. They're not just showing it off at the start.
I hope that dents their confidence big time.
Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah, I really hope so. And I hope Man United think they're the dog's nuts. And then they're just going to get beaten even more then, won't they? Overconfidence. Overconfidence and underconfidence from both teams. Love it. Come on.
We love it.
It'll be amazing. 4-3 entertaining though, wasn't it?
Yeah, really, really good. So last minute as well. The goal from
Diallo.
I can't think of his name. Diallo.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I did not see that result of 4-3. Did not see that at all.
Me neither. Newcastle were in a bit of trouble as well, weren't they? Going back to Monday's game, and then they had City at the weekend. They are really off the ball at the moment, even with their players back.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, and I do fear Eddie Howe's going to go at the end of the summer. Start of the summer.
Yeah.
What am I trying to say?
I can see that. Yeah, I know what you mean. At the end of the season.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I meant. Or at the start of the summer. Yeah, for the summer window, he's off.
I don't often correct you, do I?
No, you always keep quiet, which is nice. I don't want him to lose his job because I do like Eddie Howe, and I think Newcastle's a good fit for him. But I think Newcastle want to progress quicker, and they want top managers. And I'm not saying he's not a top manager, but he's not what they're looking for. He's not a serial winner. Jose
is
out there. Whether or not they can spend money is a different matter, but he's gone to Roma and not spent money, and he did all right with them.
Yeah, very. Yeah, he did very well.
We know he loves England. He's still got properties in England. I could see that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, interesting. That would be interesting. I could see Ollie Watkins there as well, actually. I know they've got...
Getting rid of Callum Wilson.
Wilson. Yeah, Wilson's getting on a bit, and they got Isak. But yeah, I could see Watkins at Newcastle.
Yeah, Watkins and Isak will be a good combo.
And what's really funny is when he took over, when the Saudis took over at Newcastle, people were dreaming of Mbappe and like Guardiola, and they get Mourinho and Ollie Watkins. They'll be well disappointed, wouldn't they?
Would they? Or would they be all right with that?
I think they'll be all right with it.
It's not quite levels.
If you go back to you're going to get Guardiola, you're going to get Ancelotti, you're going to get like Mbappe, you're going to get all the best players in the world, and then fast forward 2 years. Yeah, no, actually, what you did get was Jose Mourinho and Ollie Watkins. They'll be like, what?
Yeah. It's a bit of a shot of reality, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
Trust the process, as we say as Arsenal fans. Trust the process.
Trust the process, mate. Arteta never let us down.
He never let us down. Never, ever.
So, what did you make of the England team, Benji?
A couple of surprises, but generally, yeah, it was a decent squad. I think Henderson, I don't know how he gets in.
Well, at least he dropped Phillips.
That's the only good part of it, I suppose. Rashford, I'm not sure how he's in, really. He hasn't been in form. He hasn't been doing too much. I think there's other people that have been better formed, especially for friendlies. Get other people that experience within the squad and training and getting used to that a bit more. Especially with a big tournament around the corner. These are our last 2 games. He's got his starting 11 or probably 15 with his four subs and stuff coming on. He knows what's probably going to be that, but those last couple of places are still up for grabs, I think. And people coming in should have that chance to at least get some game time. Yes, you want your formation and your kind of set team to play. I appreciate that completely. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see Rashford doing that.
Who have we got in those friendlies?
Brazil and Belgium, I think.
That's who I thought. I thought Brazil and Belgium. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. What did you think of Brentwaite getting into the team?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I mean, I think you were saying it a little while ago, wasn't you? About him being called up, he's done well, and I can see it. I don't think he'll get much game time, if at all, but I think that experience being around the squad and getting used to that environment, I think that's brilliant for the future. And he has been in good form this season. There's no denying that. Oh, cat's hungry, mate. It's been going off a few times.
I know, mate. I know. Don't worry. She's being fed. She's getting excited. Yeah, I thought it was a good selection. Nice to see that Phillips, who's not on form, wasn't picked, and a few of the players that are on form were picked. Albeit, Henderson. You could argue, does Ross Barkley deserve to be in there over him with the performances that he's been putting in?
Yeah, I think they're slightly different players. I think that's the only probably saving grace for Southgate. The only justification is Barkley's more attacking minded. Henderson is a bit more of a sitter.
I don't know. I think Barkley can do it all. To be honest, I don't. I can see your point, but I think, I think they are a bit more similar than that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Which makes perfectly.
Makes perfectly. Cheers, mate. But on that note, think we are just about out of time for this week. But it's nice to
Would
see
you make out of 10 on this episode?
Probably a solid 5.
You go that high?
Yeah, I'd go that high. I think we've had a few laughs. We've had some fun. You?
Yeah, I just worry for all the new listeners that we're getting that they then listen to this and they're like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to listen anymore. That's my worry.
Hold on for next week. It'll be better. We'll have technical issues sorted.
Hold on.
And yeah, thanks, guys. Catch you next week.
You assume we will. Goodbye.